Hello and welcome to WTNB Today. I'm your host, Wendy Benton. Thank you for joining us today. I have two very special guests with me, Brittany and David Durkin. They are the owners of the Terra running company. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Well, it's exciting to have you here because this is something I did not realize that we have in Cleveland. You guys have opened your second store, actually, back in February here in Cleveland and next to Scott's Bikes, correct?
Yes.
David, tell us a little bit of background because this store is different from just your normal shoe store, okay? Your tennis shoe store and running store. You're set apart a little bit, but first of all, tell our audience how you and Brittany got here.
Sure. So we met at a running store in Pittsburgh. We both grew up up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So we worked at a store, a specialty running store up there. We ended up in Atlanta for graduate school and stayed there for jobs. Brittany taught middle school for a few years, and I was a management consultant, so I was traveling around all over the country. We decided that we wanted to get out of the big city and go back to our roots, I guess, and open a running store. So we started looking at maps and narrowing down places that we thought would be good places to live that didn't have a specialty running store. And that would have enough people to support a store. So actually we identified Blue Ridge, Georgia and Cleveland as two that didn't have that yet. So we started looking into those places and we opened in Blue Ridge last May and then we opened in Cleveland this February.
Well, it's exciting, and it fascinates me that you guys just, let's just do this. Did you get your map out and you're like, you see the hole and the need there that this area did not have a specialty running store, and boom, here you are. Brittany, what makes your store different? What's a specialty running store?
Yeah. So our kind of mission is to help people in Cleveland get and stay active. Running, walking, being active really helps improve your life. We've seen that time and time again with our training programs and the events that we've had. So that's kind of our mission. And how we do that is we provide advice to runners, to new walkers. We provide the best quality product that we can get, which includes shoes, accessories, socks, active apparel, bras, inserts, things like that. And we also provide a lot of services to the community. So we have a ton of classes in the store. We're always looking for different programs that we can help provide to people to help them maybe find a new activity, try yoga for the first time, try self-defense, do a track workout if they've never done it before. So what makes us different is kind of all the whole package that we bring to the community as far as helping them get and stay active. So we carry 7 different brands of running and walking shoes, and we help fit people for shoes. So you don't just come in and pick one that you like the color. We hope you also like the color, but it's most important to find the good fit, especially if you're going to be active in these shoes and using them. So we can look at people's old shoes that they've run or walked in, see how they've worn them. We have a dynamic foot scanner from Hurex. It was the first dynamic foot scanner in the country, so we were really excited to have it. You walk across it 4 times, and it gives us a dynamic look at how your foot moves and where you hold the pressure in your feet. And then we watch you walk, which is kind of, our bread and butter, is all of our staff is trained to help fit people for shoes, so we can watch you walk and see how your feet and legs move. And then from there we recommend a category of shoe. We don't prescribe a shoe. There's no one that's perfect for each person, but we can help you find a category that's good for you. And then within that category, we have a really great selection of quality brands, so we can bring out a whole bunch for you to try. So that's kind of how we help people find shoes, and that's really important. It's a great service to have, and that's a free service. You don't pay to get fit. You come in, and that's kind of the expectation is we want you to find the best pair of shoes because then you'll love them.
And the trying the shoes is the most important part. So once we get you honed in on a category and a size, you take the shoes, you try them outside, you run around on the pavement that you're going to be running on. You can go up and down our little hill outside, but you can try the shoes right next to each other. So you can put the Brooks shoe right next to the comparable Saucony shoe, next to the New Balance shoe that's similar in function, and see which one feels best when you're actually running in it.
Well, it's interesting because you don't think about how much you really should, or how much thought you should put into your running shoe. Excuse me, just going in and buying something off the shelf. You know, a lot of times I know moms, especially buying shoes for kids starting school, you just go in and just grab something and this fits and this is your school shoes. And but really starting at a young age, I'm sure you need to think about that for your children and make sure that they're getting a good shoe that fits well.
Absolutely, yeah, and actually having the right fit for kids' shoes is equally as important as having the right fit for an adult shoe, especially because their feet are growing and changing, and you don't want to kind of stunt that or change it at all. We have a couple different kids' shoes from different brands that kind of offer different features based on what the kids' needs are. So we're really excited to have kids' shoes too, because that's an important kind of quality thing that you want to get your kids into at an early age, especially if you want to instill an active lifestyle in them.
Right. Well, and another thing you do, you have partnered with Chrono Track for timing events. And you guys do offer a lot within the store as far as events, monthly events and activities that people can come in and check those things out. But you also do this as well.
Yeah, so being a running store, we find ourselves partnered with a lot of running events and around the community and kind of eastern Tennessee and North Georgia. And so what we've done is we partner with a company called Chrono Track that they provide the timing equipment for 25 of the 30 largest races in the country. So if you run Peachtree, it's Chrono Track timed. If you do New York City Marathon, it's Chrono Track timed. So we thought it would be really cool to bring that level of service to Cleveland. So we do chip timing, online registration. We can live cast results during a race. And we thought that just paired really well with what we were trying to do with helping people get started running. There's races there giving people things to train for and do. And now we can provide some services to the race also.
And your training programs that you have for runners, you've got from beginning to the more experienced runner.
So we do training programs throughout the year. The most recent one was a 5K training program, and we filled the program at about 20 people, and they trained for 10 weeks for a 5K, and it was awesome to see beginner runners who had never run before or runners who hadn't run in years kind of get back into it. So we're starting another 5K training program in the next couple weeks. This program will start at the beginning of August and run for 10 weeks. And we will train for the 5K at the Seven Bridges Marathon in Chattanooga. And we're also starting a half marathon training program. So for people that maybe have run a couple 5Ks and 10Ks and are looking to up the game a little but need some guidance, we have a half marathon training program we're really excited about. And this group will train for the Four Bridges Half Marathon in Chattanooga. The programs are 10 to 12 weeks, and we meet twice weekly. But then we also give them things to do in between the workouts that we do together. So strength training to do on their own, runs to do on their own. We provide clinics for the training programs, and they get a lot of great deals in the store, as well as some cool training program stuff. So yeah, the registration is still open for those two training programs, the 5K and the half marathon, so if people are interested. We'd love to have them, and that all kind of goes back to our mission of helping people get and stay active, and that the guidance and the group aspect of those training programs is irreplaceable. It's awesome.
Well, you guys do a lot excuse me, for the community, and not just like as I mentioned your monthly events, but things like that, the training program. And then another thing that you have kind of jumped in with both feet is to host the Tall Betsy 6K in October. Tell us about that, why you wanted to kind of do this around Tall Betsy, and because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of advertising and excitement around Halloween.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, we've both run a long time and somewhat competitive at some point, but the Tall Betsy is a fun thing, and that was everything people say about Tall Betsy, and when we first said it to you, I saw that look on your there was an excitement to it.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a really cool event. It'll be really fun, and I think it's something that the community can get involved in. And if it's offsets all of the sugar a little bit, well, that's better.
Yeah.
We picked a unique distance, so it's going to be 6K. Somewhat related to the height of Tall Betsy. That no one knows exactly how tall she is, but
Yeah, so we're going to be hosting the 6K on October 29th. It's a Saturday evening. It'll be an evening race, so that'll be kind of different and fun. It'll be on the Greenway, so safe even when the sun starts to set and Tall Betsy comes out. But we're really excited to have people come out in their costumes and kind of get active before all the fun of Halloween. But Halloween in Cleveland is awesome, and if we can help kind of promote it and make it even more exciting, we're super excited to be involved. So registration will go live for the Tall Betsy 6K at the end of this week, at the end of July. So we're really excited. This is kind of the first race that we're hosting in Cleveland, and I think it'll be great.
And it will be chip timed and all of that good stuff for the people that do want to run it competitively. There'll be prizes.
Yeah.
That's great. And then you're having a costume contest as well.
Yes. Yeah, so we encourage people to be excited about it and see if they can go 6K dressed as, whatever they're dressed as this Halloween. So yeah, we're excited.
Well, it's going to be a fun event, fun time, and I'm just so excited for you guys and what you're doing for our community. And you've brought this it's a niche that we did not have. And I think, as you mentioned earlier, you've got people driving to your stores, driving over an hour or more to come because of the services that you offer.
Yeah, we're excited to be able to provide these brands and this level of service to Cleveland. So we definitely saw a hole in the market, and we can't thank people enough for being so receptive to us opening here in Cleveland. I mean, a day doesn't go by where people don't literally thank us for opening here in Cleveland, which is awesome. I mean, that's something you don't get everywhere. So this is a great community to be involved in, and we've jumped in with both feet. We're totally invested.
And if someone were interested in the events that you have monthly, how could they get more information?
So our website is terrarunning.com, Terra. And we're on Facebook, Terra Running Company. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. So they can find us at all those social media outlets. And we post all of the monthly events that we have, as well as the big races. The registration will be on our website at terrarunning.com.
Okay, that's great. Well, thank you both so much for being here today and just sharing your story with us and bringing Terra Running Company to Cleveland. It's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you're interested in Terra Running Company and seeing what shoes would be best for you, visit them. Their store's located right next to Scott's Bikes on Georgetown Road. Thank you for being with us, and we will see you next time on WTNB Today.